What's going on, guys? I'm doing a little more Pillars of Eternity today, and so let me start by telling you a little bit about what happened to the other characters. Started a wizard initially. It went terribly. Died. Uh, After that, I started a paladin. Didn't really turn out to be what I expected. Kind of not the same bag of tricks. In any case, he died. So now I'm feeling like I'm going like full survivability. I've looked up a little bit of information, and what we're going to do is we're going to build a monk, and I have the guide pulled up right here. Um, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So I'm supposed to make a fire godlike. Uh, I don't think it matters what size I make them. I'm going to make them. I don't think that has anything to do with stats. We're making a monk. So the idea behind this build, what's going on, Inflatable Cat? I'm so happy you're here. Let's see. How Forge Torments reach main turn. Well, are any of the ones? Right, that's the one. This ability exploits the shared bonds of universal suffering between all beings. Initial target is hit with powerful blow. Additional crush damage. Enemies in a cone behind the target suffer crush damage and have their might reduced. Sick today. Oh, that sucks. Well, I hope you feel better. I hope it's not the unmentionable. You know what I mean? I'm doing really well. I barely slept. I woke up at about 2 a.m. and I've just kind of been up since. But it's cool. You know, I feel rested. Okay, just a massive headache. Well, headaches are bad, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. All right. Uh, I did this backwards. Con is supposed to be 18. X is supposed to be int is supposed to be 15. Okay. All right. So high might, high con. Low dex for apparently the unrecommended. I don't know what I'm doing here. Um, we're following the build. That's what we're doing. So he's gonna be slower, and he's gonna have a worse reflex save. We're gonna run with it, but he's got really high might. He's got really high constitution. Uh, High perception, high intellect. And I'm guessing the perception is for. Okay, there's some reflex saves right there. And then saves. This one doesn't seem right. But I was watching this video on it was a GDC talk about how they kind of reinvented stats for their game. And I mean, they didn't like reinvent the wheel, but they did some really interesting things, and it's definitely checking out. I'll have to look it up and put a link to it down somewhere. But basically they looked at D&D stats, and they decided that there were certain things that were more powerful than others, certain things that were dump stats for classes, and they really wanted to give each class something different. Oh, what's going on, Mad XO? I feel like it wants to be Maddox. Call you Maddox. How you doing today? Get a little extra constitution here. And then they were very specific about me. Slave, athletics, and survival are. I'm fine with the colors. I'm fine with the head. Let's see if we can bits. Add Maddox, whatever's fine. Cool. All right, man. Well, super glad to have you here. If you couldn't tell by my rambling before, I'm a huge noob at this game, but I'm really excited about playing it.
I'll lead the way.
Sounds really loud.
Let's go!
I might turn that down. It's not my first playthrough, but it's like, okay, so I've started a bunch of characters, I've gotten a little ways, and they've died, like, immediately. And I have this thing, like, once I die, I just kind of, I don't know, I don't want to play the character once it dies. Is that weird? Spexio, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you, how you doing? Alright. We're gonna call him Iron Man, because he dies. That's it, right? For sure. You know, I feel like they have Iron Man mode, but I mean, if you just delete your own save files, then it's kind of the same thing, right? Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this thing where I try and read some of the chat, or some of the text out loud, mostly for tube editing, but bear with me. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Really want to just blaze through all of
Tonight,
this.
everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a berry grows in... I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see... Hold on. Kalisha, he needs to find
I was thinking about
No
reading it all again,
What
but
kind of guide
I
says
feel like
something
I've
like
read this
that?
out loud like 3 times at this point.
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're off with you.
You heard the man.
So basically
Let's
what's
get going
happening
before
here
you keel
is
over.
they're
No
sending us
problem.
out to go find some berries and kind of just
Time
explore
to
a little
see
bit.
and not be seen.
Okay. Those
Anyone
are
need
separate
supplies?
controls. I've been playing Divinity 2, and the controls are like similar, different. What difficulty? This is just normal difficulty. I didn't want to do easy because
Got a
like
whole
whoever
wagon
wants
full of goods to
see,
sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
I've died enough times that I don't need to go any harder than normal.
Say, is there anything you need?
Is there anything I need? I feel like I want a shield. But it'll probably come actually. Cloak on. It's plus 15 currents. Head in there. Call it a day. I think there's like a wolf over here somewhere.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
I definitely want tips. Please give me all of the tips. EOTD run at them. tell me what POTD is.
This is it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to
My eyes are peeled.
be rude or noobish. Path of the Damned. See, I feel like I felt like it was gonna be Path. I'd heard that like phrase before. That's the hard difficulty. So wait, you're telling me you can play this like solo, like without other party members? Without like a huge power difference or whatever? Interesting. Is there like something in Divinity like Lone Wolf where they just give you higher stats, or can you just do it? Yeah, I also like making a full party. That was kind of what
What a
happened with my wizard,
surprise.
was I was
Sparkle
gonna
went
make
hunting.
my D&D party, and then I could only make one character. Cause like the last game like this that I played was Baldur's Gate 2. I guess I had
Sparkle?
played Baldur's Gate 1 recently, but that's the point.
Ambush!
Huh?
Hmm?
I mean, if you have a character you really like, then you may as well be, you know, can be a solo story.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Tell me this, is there a purpose
Huh?
to me grabbing all of this, like, random trash loot? Like, am I ever gonna sell this? Is it worth the 12 copper that I'm gonna get for it? I feel like there's a couple guys up. Hidden item in the town. Like, back over the bridge in the town? When near the water, need to go stealth. Okay.
Let's go!
Yes, this is definitely what I need. Show me all of the hidden items. Tell me when something's about to jump me. My force. Shield. I don't think I need a weapon.
Take a look at this.
Oh, the disappointer. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't seen a gun yet in this game. That's how new I am to it. That's awesome. What's double speed? Okay. F5 is quick save. It's always F5. Right. So this is where they're trying to kill my buddy here. I don't have the lore requirement that I've taken in the past. Okay, I'm gonna try the intellect 15. How do you know? Yeah, okay. So that was the same one that the lore option gave you. Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah?
Yodan, don't die.
Hmm?
How can I help?
They
What
not,
you need?
Huh?
not attacking. I run. Yodan. Attack of opportunity.
Huh?
Hmm?
Alright.
Get
Wind!
inside!
They run away. So, for anybody who hasn't played this game before, who may be watching this video later, um, they have this this terrifying mist that steals people's souls and apparently turns them to stone. Strain against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With the last burst of energy, your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Theodan trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rock, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Theodan and topples him onto the rocky ground. Thanks, Inflatable Cat. Restrained, Theodan lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. I think they wanted to say hold. Without a weapon in your hands, you can do little to help him stand. Well, good luck, Theodan. Alright, resting free of the attacker's grip, Theodan lands a blow that sends the assailant reeling. Makes a mad dash for the ledge upon which you stand. Suddenly, as he reaches for the rock face, his body jerks back in his as though a bow being strung. His shrieks of pain grow panicked, abandon all restraint, like someone tethered to a stake and set aflame. A slender wisp of spectral light emerges from his back, rising out of like smoke before separating itself and disappearing into. All at once, the screams stop. Theodan is dead. Because we couldn't help him, now he dead. It's because I didn't have a weapon equipped. I should have equipped that axe. Could have thrown it at him. Alright. Well, sorry, Theodan. And now we go into the cave.
That was... We can't stay...
Quickly and quietly.
Alright. Let's do a quick save. Hey, thanks for the follow, Matt.
We have to be careful in here. Place has been open to the wilds for a couple thousand years.
I'm trying not to get close to her.
Where'd that slime
I'm
come
gonna
from?
attach this time. Now I feel like I want to stealth search everything. What should I call that? Like inspect? Stealth inspect.
Those tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful.
Okay, I feel like I've always lit this in the past and like, so. If anybody in chat wants to tell me what's up with that, let me know. Ow.
Let's go!
The first one, really.
What you need?
Let's see. So you clear off the face, and then you see the eye socket.
Yeah?
Gotta go find the eye. Let's go find it. Like living in the past. I don't get it. Is it because I've done this so many times? It's gonna leave that one. Oh, you know what it does? It probably clears off the thing right there, so I don't have to walk.
Shh.
Wait. Do you hear that?
I found the eye on that dead guy right away, so I'm just gonna bring it, complete this, so I don't have to go back. Funny story. I had always thought I made my coffee pretty strong. Yeah, it turns out I've made my coffee at about half strength this whole time. So today I made my coffee at full strength. Great. Pretty much love it. Oh, well, thank you. I super appreciate that. I don't like watch a ton of other streamers, and the other ones I watch are very similar to me. So I don't know, I guess I try and just like emulate what they do. Just want to hang out and talk to people, and I mean, again, my goal in this was never to get famous. Like, I got a business to run. I can't be a professional streamer, but at the same time, I love it. Like, I wanted to meet a bunch of cool people, and I've done that. Like, I've gotten to talk to more people this winter than I have in years previously. Oh, I always forget what's going on with this guy. Alright. Like, he's chilling, right? Not gonna hurt me. Don't I have some sort of abilities too? Probably look into that. Right. Script, aggressive, defensive. Yeah, use per rest ability, sure. I feel like that's gonna bite me at some point. Using my per rest ability.
Yeah?
Does he have anything? Of course, rat meat. axe and bust down this wall. Alright, more guys for me to punch in this room. It's gonna be really hard to like try and be tankier because I love punching stuff. This guy. Ah. Okay, that last punch was super passive, just like fist out, fist back.
Huh?
Right, I didn't loot. Getting too excited.
Quickly and quietly.
Also, is this nothing I can interact with?
Fresh air in here. I think we found an exit. Sounds like the storm
Spiders.
paths, too.
Like, I don't feel excessively tanky, but I'm not dead yet, I suppose. Okay, so you can watch your AI, whatever it's doing. Saw that, that's kind of cool. Let's keep trucking.
Huh?
Alright, let's get out that cave.
Got it.
Four figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and luminous, silent observer. Standing motionless in the midst, is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in white contemplation. From your vantage point, well obscured from the figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. Kinda dope. His faded robes are embroidered in a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen. It's a strange black headdress with two protrusions that jut out like of some malevolent.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
I like how this guy's just like exit stage, right? For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet. The air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision, and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land. Pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away. Black unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and its walls lined with adra and copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. The far end of a pillar of Adra pierces the floor, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Circling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have seen, immense and multifaceted, intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them. They are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered. At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick gray beard and a ceremonial robe, around a strange ornamental headdress. This man, you are walking towards him at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. You awaken to find your malaise is broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in that does not subside. Flits through your periphery. When you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. Find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tick. This is a sickness. It may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. You find Calissa lying prostrate a short distance away. Blood pools beneath her head. Breath escapes her lips. See, I always liked her in the beginning, and then they killed her right away, and I was just like, come on. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment. It's just like I liked her. I don't know. My homie just killed her. I guess that's your call to action, though, huh? Don't be concerned about the visions. You know? Couple spooky ghosts running around. Oh, looks like I leveled. Okay. So they wanted me to have high athletics, mechanics, and survival. Ta-da! Oh boy, balance. I gotta tab and this up real quick. All right. Very first thing to pick is veteran recovery. Recovery. Just passive endurance gain. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Six-hour walk. 6 hour. Oh man, how terrible of a game would it be if I played it like that? Also, why does my portrait have like 3/4 full? Endurance seems fine. Questions. Alright, so there's a fight coming up here that killed my wizard previously. Also, more spooky ghosts. Figure out what's going on with them. Okay, but we gotta do this fight, because we gotta save I know. Spoilers up until a certain point. It's coming up. Get in there, bud. This seems real tanky. Alright. The young dwarf tending stew looks up, startled as he sees you approach. Drops his ladle, spattering stew across the ground. But the bandit turns. Get 'em, you dogs, and make sure our new cook don't run off. Help, please, help me. One of the bandits gives Tenfrith a kick as they pass him, and he huddles. Alright, so now I gotta beat you guys all by myself. Ah! As I just got shot and stabbed. This is fine.
Let's go!
Okay, what is that kick? Requires a wound. Clearly I just don't understand that skill well enough.
Let's go!
Just gonna disconnect that real quick.
Let's go!
Probably should have done that from the get-go, huh? Honestly, I seem fine. Like, I could do this all day, but at this point, I might. I'm just not on that dippies.
Oh, rest would be good. Good day to you.
By the flame, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for these ignorant weasels for the rest of my life. Or until they were bored of me, I suppose. Must get back home. I only hope I haven't hired a replacement. Listen, next time you're in Gilded Vale, stop by the Black Hound Inn. I'll let Aska down for me, and I'm sure right by you. Alright, Black Hound Inn, Aska. Rob the bandits.
Time to see and not be seen.
Okay, alright. Okay, something about me getting hit makes me like counter crit these walls. And I'm here to say that I absolutely love it. Fantastic. Alright. Its aged walls appear to have once encircled the entire glade. Only a small fragment remains. Stairs leading to the top of the structure have been crumbled away. Slick with moss, bad for climbing, but sturdy enough. Alright, scale that wall. Athletics 4, nailed it. I mean, I'm not gonna use them. Not think you'll ever find this, but you were right. Fulvano. Good name. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world. I might hear it. I've put myself out of the reach of the beast encircling the bow, but I am done for the same. Not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, perhaps in the next life, I shall be a prepper of wolves. Yeah, man, I mean, I don't know, we made it all the way up here. I feel like got away from the wolf. Yeah, well. Say a quit button. Double click. That's what it is. Again, like, do I take a shield? Because I definitely took some damage in those past couple fights.
Oh, rest would be good.
Right, major fatigue. Okay. Suppose I gotta go. I'm pretty sure there's a bear in this cave. You know what? It's none of my business. Yeah, there.
Guards keep you.
Alright, as a man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements, he looks up at you as you approach. Expression tense and drawn. Greetings, he says, breathless. On your way south, is it? Wipes his brow, turning his face to you. The sooner you clear out of these woods, the better, I think. Yeah, tell him about the cult. Alright. The man's brow furrows in concern. Ruins? The old Iguithian place? You'll want to keep clear of that, or whatever you saw. Strange things always crop up around Iguithian sites. I don't doubt those people saw were up to good. It's like, oh yeah, cults? Watch out for those cults. Let the Glanfathans deal with it? Yep. Bear cave to the north. Got the better of a friend of mine. Only just made out with your life. For you. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of just gonna let that one go. He's like, no, don't even worry about it. I'd feel really bad if that bear also killed you. I would feel bad if I did bear right away. We're like very quickly coming up on to the point where I haven't played before, so it's gonna slow down a bit after that.
You must be one of the new settlers.
Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here. Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child? Are you absolutely certain?
I'm a monk
Lord Radric
who
has
is
made
made
it
out of
his
fire.
first priority
I'm
to
like
eliminate
90%
this
sure I
scourge
cannot
from our
sire children.
village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst. His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir.
I ain't
In the
living in
meantime,
town.
you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
So everybody who doesn't have a cure for your disease is up in that tree. Alright. Tell them about the ruins. You'll want to mind where you mention that trespassing on Egwithian ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new gods. People try anything these days. Wrath have mercy. We certainly have. Doubts might be a whack.
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to... But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble, keep out of...
What a rude gentleman.
Listen!
Not really a gentleman.
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Yeah. I was trying to tell me to go to the inn. I get it. Check out some of these bodies. Oh, they're too high. Trees.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Alright, moving right along. See 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for... His face is partially obscured by a hood. Height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
One of the other men points to the hooded elf. His eyes are red from his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village? Just goes to show you what these fancy... Adire? Adre? Dire? There are just so many different ways you could pronounce that. We don't take that kind of treatment, blah blah blah.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
Oh, oh. Sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. I'm sorry. Just decided to pick a completely different fight with a strange fire god. As the last of the attackers fall, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth
Not
face.
quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation. Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
Cranes his hood, and you note the remains of ring embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which... And how exactly did you come to be here? In Griffin
Like the
Ruins?
caravan got separated.
Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest...
Aloth goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your movements. Finally, to a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments. I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
Adir, that's how we're calling him. Adir. I slaughtered that earlier. Yeah, you did tell that one man to go fuck his sister.
An excellent question. I came look...
Yep, it's just passing through.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. And he has rid himself of them almost as desperately. Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, as should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Well, we've already killed 3 guys together, so...
Excellent. I shall follow.
May as well stick together. Say, I need a night's rest to get rid of this heavy exhaustion we got going on here. Oh boy, how do I... I don't know. I don't know. Picking a spell. Picking a spell. Stations for a spell. I guess I'd rather do something that a party. That might be the one. I guess I could get a touch spell. Like, ideally, I'd like to keep away from stuff, but like, how often does that happen? Yeah, I'm gonna take these blades. Balance, oh boy.
Hello.
See what I got to work with. It's enough money to get one. By design. Alright, so what do? Somebody told me I should make a paladin. By somebody, I mean the internet. So I'm gonna wing that real quick. Let's do a moon godlike. This one be paladin. Favored disposition. Let's do that. Just some lay of hands. My other guy has perception, so I should be good on that. I mean, extra so switches. Reflex. So basically I have no reflex in dexterity or perception. I feel like I'm some of them. But I want him to have quick damage and healing. Got enormous fortitude. It's just got really, really bad reflex. Well, he's got bad reflex. I don't know.
To whispers and shadows.
Whispers and shadows. Alright. Let's just full name out of chat right here. Still watching this. Spexio. Let's take that one. Spell that right? Yep. Boom. Just like that. Thanks for watching. You're now my paladin. Ah, it's you, my savior. Blah blah, it's good to be back. I think I'll let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. Savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Alright. How do I craft? This one for the savory pie grain. Can't argue with that. I'm still not 100% here. Let me just turn back to this guide real quick. See what it says about weapons. So this one wants me to use Yen Whisper Sword and Steadfast. I have no idea. And weapon set 2 is Fists. Okay, well, I guess I'm sticking with Fists then. Hey, what's going on? What you got here? Hammer, shield, chest piece. That's like literally all you got. Cloak of the Obsidian Order. Oh, you can't have a helmet because you got that cool fin going on. That one. Can't wear the tricorn hat either. Alright. So, I wish I knew how to make somebody that used this. Touted as a powerful, reliable weapon, but it's consistently failed every one of its unfortunate owners. Oh, real bad accuracy. This is a terrible weapon that disappoints anyone who uses it. The gun appears well made at first glance, but closer scrutiny, poor design, and shoddy craftsmanship. Oh, there's probably something you can do with that that I just don't know. I should just try and sell it. Oh, that was that great. What's the other stuff? That's alright. We'll find more. Shift click to add to stash. Oh, that's amazing. Hey, what up, Fireside? How you doing? Alright, time to read all out. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room, haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. Begins to repack one item after the other, careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. Shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order, shoves everything she can into the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the warehouse. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. Gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him ahead of her. Wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out on the high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island. Tries not to jump. Like, okay, real talk. Great story, super sad. What does that have to do with this story? Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Just saying, like I'm sure that's part of it. I'm sure that's part of like the deeper understanding of the game. I see a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseating crunch. He doesn't get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior, carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fist into the stomach of another assailant, moving another from an impromptu brawl. Bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, fists, and feet in sight, and he is element. In the corner, three smaller men speak quickly, but throwing malicious glances at the larger man in the center. Breaks a chair over to tattoo head, crackling. The trio position themselves in three parts of the room. With a terse nod, they charge. Unfortunately for them, and sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all slump to the agony. It's all in their minds. The burly man bows to a room of the unconscious and incapacitated, sauntering out, off-key whistling trailing behind. You get into a bar fight, and then he just uses psychic powers. Best to ignore them. They don't add to the greater story. Thank you for saving me so much time. You know how many of those I would have read? Just like, gonna add up, man.
I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Shift click.
Yeah?
Oh, did I actually level again? What up? Alright, gotta look it up. Uh, Battle Forge, Torment, Transcendent, Suffering, Swift Strikes, Turning Wheel, Long Stride, Force Bank. Tabbing in and out, trying to figure it out. Just like, not unnecessary. Books are good lore, but they're pretty lengthy. Okay. There's mods that stop you. That would actually be super handy. Oh, turning wheel. Okay. Going off a build I found on the internet.
Got it.
Pet the dog. Pet the dog. You gotta pet the dog. All right. Well, hey, thanks for checking out the stream. We'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for the follow. And yeah, come back and check on your paladin. See, we'll see how long they make it. Hey, I will do my best. I was saying earlier that this is kind of Iron Man mode. Uh, once I die, that is it.
Gods keep you.
Sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awake and find yourself in front of Gil's gallows tree, creaking of its ropes growing louder and until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman, whose face has shriveled in. Her head hangs limply to the side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, empty, and behind them is nothing that makes your stomach drop. The picture is actually super scary. Her mouth slowly parts and a gust of rancid air as she speaks the word Watcher. Watcher. Jolt awake, all smell of breath still permeating in your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face and thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. Remember the woman. Seeing her decaying face, he spoke, magistrate. Turn and answer. Let's go talk to that court. Oh, check it out. Third level. I don't know what else to take with him besides lore. Yeah, survival. Oh, spells too. I have no idea. Hmm. Oh, are you trying to call me on Discord? Talking to Fireside here. Alright, check out the tree right here. Squat, distended body of an elf dangles from a thin, crooked branch that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten, bulges over the rope that suspends her. Lifeless head lolls forward, mostly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. Something either. You perceive a faint glow around her, cast no light surroundings. There is a tepid warmth somehow that you reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no word. Now let's reach out. Take a deep breath, clear your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging wall, perceiving all that lies between you. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, it's a sudden jolt to your mind. Electric surge of images and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down some deep space, a space occupied only by you and hanging wall. And when you open them, she is staring at you, eyes clouded in fog, body still swaying, tree that stands planted in the misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, rope creaking as she does so. She smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yeah? No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I, wherever here may be. Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice. The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay. What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some.
So
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far.
Welcome back. Are you trying to do stuff today, Fireside?
He will welcome the company. Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up.
I'll save it real quick.
A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no? Oh, yes. Entropy, Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried
After
to
a
stop
powerful
it with
boss
the
fight, but
animantic sciences,
sounds
but
good.
with little success.
I mean, I'll keep doing this then, and why don't you hit me up whenever, feeling up to doing some stuff. We still doing Monster Hunt Mondays?
A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually. Me? And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
What'd you find?
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are.
Key.
But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Alright. I expect this has something to do with hooded figures in the room. Case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Yep. Alright, so that basically explains why I've been seeing all these spooky things whenever I touch people. Also probably
17
why,
and a half.
it's happening so uncontrollably just now. Alright, why'd you say 17 and a half inches around?
$17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman. Or the people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
Ah.
Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved. The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
That's racist.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Ah.
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense. The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war. We blew him up. Picked the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
Oh.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing. Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree. All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing.
All right.
Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
What does that mean? Of course I'm picking the sites. Wait. I honestly don't get it. But what do you do? What he is. Survival, athletics, a little bit of lore. Fighter, that's what he is. Fighter. Alright, well, I wanted a fighter, so... Mm-hmm. Oh, he's got another level. Confident aim seems amazing. 20% of grazes converted to hits. And then 20% minimum. Income take. Again, I am a complete noob. Didn't even know I could take this guy. Now I got 4 people in the party. So this is officially the farthest I have ever been in the game. Last time I went down this stairwell and got killed down there. Okay, no. Specs, sorry. Specs told me to, not talk to anybody. To not listen to people's visions. Okay, blacksmith. I like it. Let's check out the blacksmith. Samoa man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is dusty blue. Sorry, dusky blue. His thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears, square-jawed face, coated in smeared soot, arcing black tattoos. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome. You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? Blacksmith. All this. Have supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for around a week now, and we haven't seen a sign of it. I have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. My workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe to make some coin. As if that lot would dare. He's right about the bandits. Dire situation in villages like this, and the exodus to the cities created far too many opportunities for unscrupulous sorts. Watanu scratches his jaw, thinking, if you happen to be headed that way, maybe you can keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Good road. I'll find your supplies. Find my workers, you smack upside the head. Alright, they're definitely
Hello.
not gonna be alive. Ooh, alright. Got some fancy stuff here, huh? Constitution. This is reliable, man. Oh. Oh, that's amazing, actually. Only usable by Paladin. It's for specs. +5 all defenses in an aura. Strong. Rope and grapple hook. Same thing with a pry bar. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, as soon as you get it, you're gonna find a spot to use it. Well, that one's only 12 CP, so... Oh no, it's 90. Just only worth 12. Maybe I won't buy any of this stuff until... Retrain. Oh.
Hmm? Certainly. Hmm?
Gotta stop touching people's souls. Alright, I think this is going to be a good place to stop for today. Awesome first session. Super happy that I got to meet all you guys. Mad and Specs, thank you. Firesight and Inflatable Cat, thanks for checking out the stream as always. We're going to switch gears a little bit. Do some Monster Hunter with Firesight, I'm pretty sure. But we'll be right back. Check out the new screen trend.